Raining Blood! Welcome, SOBs, to the Stream of Blood and this morning's edition of Vampire Church. We've been off for 2 long weeks. Oh, we're so hungry. We're so hungry for the vitae that sustains life. I'm so glad that we're finally back. We left it on a huge cliffhanger. If you're unfamiliar, if you're new to this stream, this is the Stream of Blood, where we play tabletop role-playing games, and every Sunday morning we play Vampires of Pittsburgh. That is, we play Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. Let me grab the book, because it's always worth mentioning. Oh my god, it's all covered in stuff. The book, Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, written by Ken Hite and Jason Carl, and all kinds of really smart people. Kareem Muammar. This is the game. This is the book. And we have a good time. What are we at? Like 70 plus episodes of a storyline with some of these characters. So this is a game that you should buy, you should play, because it goes all kinds of weird places. You learn things about yourself by playing this game. Are you, when given the chance to do it virtually, a completely amoral psychopath? Or are you someone who, even when you invest an avatar of a character in a role-playing game with a little of your essence, are you someone who just can't stand the idea of hurting people? It's a very tragic game in a lot of ways. And that brings me to our normal content warning. Because it's a game about vampires and it's played by adults, sometimes there's going to be some violence or maybe some gore. There might be blood, of course. It's called Vampire, after all. And there might be some mind control. That makes some people uncomfortable. If it makes you uncomfortable, we understand. Please check out one of our other streams, which are filled with different kinds of mayhem and fun. And always remember, if you are listening, watching, that we listen to you. You can hit us up on our Discord. Tell us how you felt about some of our content, and we would love to hear from you. And we do listen to your comments, and we do take them seriously. So hit us up on our Discord if you have any reaction to our content whatsoever. We really do want to hear it. That said, oh my God, it is a morning of celebration. Let me bring in your first player. This guy is absolutely fantastic. One of the most gifted improvisers I've ever gotten to work with. And he has something special to announce, or I'm going to announce it for him. Please welcome the newly married Ross Bryant, everybody.
Yeah.
Yay!
The cat's out of the bag.
Marriage.
Marriage has drawn us together today.
Yes.
It feels so good.
So have you
One
been
ring
reading,
to rule them all.
Have you been reading marriage self-help books?
Yeah, Chicken Soup for the Married Soul, Happy Wife, Happy Life, Men from Mars, Women from Venus. Got the missus tickets to see Defending the Caveman.
There you go. That's right. You're such a caveman in your man cave.
Yeah.
Let's see that ring.
There we go.
There she blows.
So right. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you
Watch
get?
out.
I have like a nice thick one, and I never take it off.
Nice.
And I really like it. Yeah, it does feel like the One Ring sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Not in that it foretells any sort of doom, but just that I don't know. It's precious.
It's precious to me. Yeah.
So what? Tell us a little bit about the wedding ceremony. How did it go? What happened?
Great. In these times, we felt as though it might be a little bit irresponsible to get a big group of people together, and we just gotten tired of waiting. So we basically eloped, but with our parents. So we basically called our parents like a week ago, and we're like, "Can you come out here and just hang out with us for a day or two?" And we just all went out to the Malibu Pier, had a lovely time out by the ocean, and celebrated it. And I got to say, when you walk around in public in a suit and a wedding dress, people send you champagne and stuff. It's pretty nice.
Awesome.
It's a nice racket if you ever just want to go out dressed like you just got married.
That's a great scam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marriage is technically a death contract.
Yeah.
Underrated metal. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Bound. Yeah. Bound in forged metallic bands are we.
Yes, and so bound are you. When are we going to get Shannon on here to play a role-playing game?
You'll really have to twist her arm. I don't know. I've pitched. Don't think I haven't pitched it to her. Jared.
Oh wow! Okay, that's great. We'll wear her down. If I can get Kara Clank to do it, we can get Shannon to do it one time.
I think she'd be great.
You guys have to do everything together now.
Come on.
Do not differentiate between one and the other. You are one being now.
Yeah, if there's one piece of marriage advice that I have to offer one day in, it's that you have to have total parallel interests with your significant other, never to diverge.
That's right. That's exactly right. I'm married to a comedian. I know. Speaking of people we love, this player is such a fantastic actress that you can see on Apple TV Plus. You can hear her voice in some of your favorite video games. And we're so happy to welcome her back again. Ashley Burch, everybody.
Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Congratulations, Ross.
Oh, thank you.
That's so exciting.
So
Are you guys going to do a COVID honeymoon? I didn't even know what that would look like.
No. But maybe we're thinking maybe in a year or two, we'll do like a big party with friends and family, and maybe that'll be when we take a trip. That's
great.
My wife and I, we went to Block Island, which is we got married in Vermont. Block Island's in New England, and she was like, "This is not the honeymoon," and I'm like, "What?" She's like, "This is the mini moon." Oh. And then like literally like 3 years later, 3 years later, we went to Thailand, and she's like, "This is the honeymoon," and she kept going like, "I'm going on my honeymoon," and people were like, "Didn't you get married 3 years ago?" And she's like, "Yes, this is the honeymoon." So, had you ever heard of a mini moon?
No.
Yeah, I think it might be bullshit. But
I mean, she
was fun. With it.
Yeah.
It was fun. Speaking of fun, this guy is a fantastic actor. You've heard his voice in video games. You've seen him on HBO Max's Raised by Wolves, and one of the greatest natural role players I've met. Please welcome Salim, everybody.
Yo!
Woo, yeah.
Congratulations! Hey, how's it feeling?
Excellent.
Abu, is this your new character? Hello!
It absolutely is.
The movie phone guy?
I'm ready for it. Absolutely.
Why don't you just tell me the movie you'd like to see?
Well, we can talk
is
about
playing
that
at.
Coming to you live. No, sorry. No, seriously, congratulations, Ross, man. That's
Thanks,
so
man.
fucking amazing, man.
Really
so
appreciate
great.
it.
Really.
So great.
No,
How long have you
been married, Jared? Next week, right?
Yeah. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah. How long have you guys been together, you and Shannon, Ross?
About 5 years.
Yeah, that's how long we waited, my wife and I.
4 or 5 years, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're locked down together during a global pandemic, and it turns into a real make or break, and it was a make. It's quite the stress test, and
that's great.
Yeah, baby, we passed.
That's really good.
I remember right after Kara and I moved in together, I was just working as a comedian at the time, doing like talking head stuff or like going out of town, and Kara got let go from her job at the time, and I was like, oh shit, we're just gonna be in this 1-bedroom apartment all day together. And then, we got married, so it worked out.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, so,
it's
go for it.
Yeah, man.
If there's someone in your life whom you're trapped in a room with, see how it goes. It could go really well.
It's a silver lining.
Speaking of 5 years, it feels like it's been 5 years since we played. Do you guys remember what was happening?
Yes,
I remember the cliffhanger.
Yeah,
okay,
it's seared into my brain.
Wasn't there like octopus, like sort of?
Yeah, it would call Cthulhu.
Yeah. A ravening remora eel like blood tentacle was coming out of a sarcophagus at me.
I took a sharp left turn into Call of Cthulhu. I forgot which of my streams I was running.
Not the kind of thing one easily forgets. Yeah.
A brief recap. Dylan, an ally of the coterie, a mortal ally, was recently attacked by strange changeling children in the employ of Marius Sakura. Marius, of course, is the vampire who is fighting with our coterie over control of Pittsburgh. Our coterie isn't that interested in controlling Pittsburgh, but Marius thinks they are, and so he's fighting with them over control of Pittsburgh. And because they won't come under his banner and won't accept him as their prince. He is attacking them every way he can. His changeling agents seem to have committed some sort of psychic vampirism on Dylan, and she is in sort of a catatonic state. Jen Brown, who has to get up for a second. Jen Brown, hoping to somehow cure her, has gone off in search of the Salubri. The Salubri are a bloodline of vampires who sort of codified the path of Galconda, a path that both Jen and Curtis are now on. It is a philosophical, quasi-religious sort of journey to becoming in balance with your vampire and human states, so that you no longer do any harm, and your undead condition becomes more peaceful and less controlled by the beast. The Salubri, Jen Brown discovered by studying Dr. Orman's notes, were somewhere possibly in Jordan, in the Middle East state of Jordan. And so she and Curtis Krieger traveled there to try to track down a Salubri. Meanwhile, Dr. Lucius Ali, played by Abu Salim, has been trying to kind of shore up his control of Pittsburgh, using his best pal. You can never go wrong. His best girl,
His girl
Friday.
Mary, his girl Friday, Mary, the elder vampire who is an advocate and fanatic for the Church of Cain. Their philosophy, of course, is to glorify your vampiric self, release the angel within you, control your beast and turn it into sort of an angel, and try to achieve the state that they believe Cain achieved, of ultimate power and control. And so they have been trying to do that. First of all, Lucius brought the remnants of the Camarilla under his control. However, while he was in the midst of these machinations and dealing with werewolves in the city, he got a call from the allies of the coterie who are still in the Cathedral of Learning that they are in trouble. And he arrived at the scene of a fire in the Cathedral of Learning. And that is where we left Lucius Ali. Meanwhile, Curtis and Jen Brown met up with the Ashira. The Ashira are sort of a Muslim version of the Camarilla that exists in the Middle East. There are many differences, but in essence, they are a vampire government. And they were led by a member of the Banu Hakim Rahim, who they explained their position to, and he grew to believe them. They were led by him to a Methuselah, a vampire, an elder out in the desert, possibly an antediluvian, that had built an entire encampment of beggars and itinerant people around it, using its mind. It has drawn an army of people around it, and the Ashira believe that they are going to have to attack or have a battle with the Sabbat, who are seeking to diablerize or awaken this Methuselah out in the deserts, out in the Wadi Rum. The Wadi Rum being a desert out in the middle of Jordan. When Curtis and Jen Brown went into the camp and then subsequently down into the earth, they discovered the body of this elder, ancient vampire, was still prostrate in repose, but it had like sort of vein-like appendages emanating from it, one of which was kind of attached to the back or like the spine of a humanoid figure sitting near it, cross-legged. And they managed to climb up and around in this old crumbling ancient temple beneath the sands, so that they could look down. And as they did, the ancient vampire sent forth more fronds, more organic tendrils, and out of those tendrils, eyes begin to grow, and it is searching for them, searching. But let's begin with Lucius Ali. Lucius,
Jesus.
we gotta give Ross and Ashley 2 more weeks to think of what they're gonna do here, because they are in a really tight spot.
Die?
A pickle.
Yeah, Lucius Ali, you are in a situation, and I want to know what you're going to do. You arrive at the Cathedral of Learning. There are emergency vehicles around it right now. There is a fire truck beside the Cathedral of Learning. All you know is that some of your former friends are still inside, and you can see that there is smoke coming out of the building, coming out of the middle floors. And you can remember that your coteries friends take the top floors as their headquarters. So smoke in the middle floors means it might be hard for them to get down out of there. By the way, a Discord participant pointed out that this is like the third time the Cathedral of Learning has almost burnt down. So they might just go ahead. In our world of darkness, the Cathedral of Learning may no longer exist after today. Lucius Ali, when you arrive at the scene, and I believe you came alone, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what would you like to do?
So I'm seeing a lot of emergency vehicles around, and I see smoke.
Yeah, you see some fire trucks around. You see a lot of smoke. I mean, like billowing giant clouds of smoke coming out of the middle of the building. And you can even see some humans that have like exited the building. They have like cloths over their faces so they didn't inhale too much smoke.
Okay, I am going to try and find a back way and do my my soaring leap and just start trying to climb up this building to get to the top.
Very good. Okay, I'm going to roll to see if anybody notices you. Okay.
I like how you go Spider-Man so fluidly.
Always.
It's great.
Always.
Do you want to be stealthy?
Yes.
Okay, then please give me a stealth plus what have you, dexterity check, please.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, that's great because I got 0 stealth.
Oh.
Bombastic.
You haven't been stealthy that much in the past.
No, Lucius never stealthy.
The direct approach.
His approach usually. He's usually pretty direct.
I got 1 success.
Right. Okay. So you are noticed, and in fact, as you were kind of creeping close to the building, a hand comes down on your shoulder, and you are turned to face a fireman. And he's like, "Where do you think you're going?"
And then I go to look at him and be like, "You didn't see me at all here."
Right. You're gonna use your mesmerism, of course.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and roll your mesmerism. It's a dominate power, and it is used via.
Well, that's a nice little pull.
It's a huge pull, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's charisma plus dominate. Or manipulation plus dominate. Either one's fine with me.
4. Oh, Jesus. I rolled 7 and I got 1 success.
Really? Well, here's something interesting. I will allow your 1 success to just realize something. As you're looking into this man's eyes, you realize that he's already being controlled by something. And he goes, "You don't remember me, do you? I look different." And then he pulls back his fire axe and he attacks you, trying to smash you in the head with it.
Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my.
Oh no, oh no.
What?
And
when did I stop shooting up like freaking... Okay, all right, go on. Go on then.
Here's what I'd like you to do. I'll allow you to like try a strength plus brawl to stop from getting an axe in your forehead. But I want you to take 2 dice off of it because I think he surprised you.
Okay, that makes total sense. Can I use my celerity?
That's important. Yes, celerity gets added to this
rapid
roll.
reflexes.
Yeah, definitely. Add your celerity score to this roll.
Okay, cool. So what is that? So that is brawl
plus strength, but I'll allow you to add celerity
instead of my potence, right?
Oh shit. Which would you rather add?
Definitely. Well, I think in this scenario, but what makes sense is my rapid reflexes. I wouldn't have had
because
time to do you know what I mean?
Surprised you. Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah, I think that makes sense. So take 2 off, but then add your celerity.
Okay. Cool. 3 successes.
Yeah, you manage it because he only rolled 2 on his attack. He would have done like 4 damage to you if he'd gotten the axe in, but he winds back and he goes ah, and you just like manage to like rapid reflexes out of the way of the axe blade, and it kind of chips off a piece of the building. That's how close you were to beginning your Spider-Man climb. And now you see that the firemen, 3 of them aren't, they're not bothering with the fire. They're not helping to put the fire out. 3 of them are coming toward you and smiling and holding fire axes.
If that's the case, then I am going to hold on. I'm going to grab the guy who just tried to attack me, and I say, protect this building at all costs. Just, and I'm going to not even mesmerize. It's going to try and use more of a powerful dominate spell.
Is it a compel?
Yes, a compel. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to try to use like the 1 sentence, do this now kind of dominate.
Yes.
I don't have that you have compel. I have that you have cloud memory. So you can't do it quickly. All you can do is the full mesmerize. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do mesmerize then. And
you're gonna try mesmerize again?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead and give me your charisma plus dominate roll. Remember to rouse each time.
I need to rouse. So I'm gonna rouse for the last one.
Yep.
I've succeeded. And then this one I failed. So I'm hungrier. So I'm at I think I'm at 3 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're climbing. The hunger is climbing. So I can tell you that the 3 guys that are coming at you, they look like they're going to try to smash you with axes this round, and you're going to mesmerize one of them. Is that right?
I'm going to mesmerize one of them to try and fight the fire, because at least even if we get like 1 person at it, the other 3 I can deal with and figure it. And I'm going to literally try and be like, try and fight the fire. Try by the fire. So
here we go.
Okay. Can I blood surge too?
I think you should. Why not?
Okay. Great. Success. So I'm gonna blood surge. So that adds how many to my?
That adds a +2 to all of your rolling here.
Okay. Cool. Great. 6 successes.
Woo.
6 successes.
There we go.
Is a lot.
Yes.
And so let's see here. I'm going to let him roll to resist. And because he is not as he seems, he gets extra dice to do that.
Oh, right.
He is not exactly as he seems. But he only rolled 4 successes. And so suddenly you see whatever that was in his eyes, like suddenly kind of like, it's like he's struggling. And then instead of having like, it's like you can just tell his personality changed in a second. Like his face is making different expressions now. And he's like, shit, and he starts running back toward the fire truck, and that's when the other 2 guys watch him go and come at you with their axes.
Cool. Okay. And I can't rapid reflex these guys either, can I?
Well, you kind of spent your round mesmerizing, so
okay,
I
cool.
don't think that you can. Here they come. One has rolled 4 successes. No, wait. Sorry. 3 successes, plus he does 2 damage for the axe. So you take half of that in superficial damage. 3 superficial damage there.
Okay.
And remember, you can always surge, rouse to remove damage.
That's fine.
And for you, I think that's 2 damage when you do that. Okay. And then here comes the other guy. And he gets 1. Only 1. So he does 3 superficial damage. Let's call it 1 superficial damage to you. So 2 firemen right now are just like chopping. Like one gets like all the way into your shoulder, like really thick. The other one just sort of scratches the front of you as you are sort of like,
moving and trying to dash.
Out of the way. And Lucius Ali's Vitae has spilled across the cobbles in front of the Cathedral of Learning as he tangles with 2 terrible firemen. Meanwhile, half a world away, probably hours before, it would have to have been hours before in Jordan. Our two heroes, Curtis and Jen, are the way where we left you is you're kind of looking down into that hole that had opened in the 2nd floor, and down below that you can see the prostrate form of the elder, and you can see its tendrils with eyeballs sort of forming on the ends of these vein-like appendages. And it's going to start to search for you. So I want to know what each of you are doing this round.
Just to be totally clear, so it seems like the antediluvian is the one with the tendrils coming out, right? And
that's right. The body. Yeah. There's a body. Actually, I don't want to tell you. That's a great question, Jen Brown. And I don't want to just answer it for you. But if you can think of a way to figure it out using your skills, I'll let you roll for that. But basically, there is a form like a mummy or like a
Right.
a dead body, and the tendrils are coming out of that, and one tendril is going into a humanoid form that's sitting cross-legged, kind of closer to the entrance, the main entrance of the temple.
Kindred? I'm guessing.
And I think you did determine that is a kindred form, or at least not a living person.
Okay.
I think you did determine that.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do this round?
That's a great question.
I think Ross is a theory. I don't know if Curtis picks this up, but I'm seeing a vampire in meditative repose attached to this thing, and I'm like, this looks like it might be one of the salubri that we're after that has fallen into this situation.
Yes, that's also what I was thinking. Is there a way to check that?
Who do you think is the salubri?
The one who's being sucked by the vein tentacle. Interesting.
There is a way to check that, and that would be to get close and kind of take a look.
Okay, I'm going to try it. Curtis is tired of playing it safe.
Okay,
he's come a world away.
He's just got married.
Yeah. So I think in order to check, I'd have to go down there, which means I'd have to be extremely stealthy. So
you have your unseen passage
exactly.
On, right?
So that is, and I think that's already on, if I'm not mistaken.
It's already on. What I would love for you is for if you would please roll, because I know these things have very strange powers and their senses that you might not ken or know of. So would you do me a favor? It's not double jeopardy to ask you. Could we see how strong your invisibility is? Could you please roll a why don't we call it a dexterity? No. Okay. I think it should be resolve or something like that. Plus your obfuscate.
Resolve plus obfuscate. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just those two. Okay. Let me. Can I blood surge this?
That's a good idea.
Insanely,
might be a good idea.
Insanely high stakes this is. Here we go. Okay.
There are like 7 of these eyes moving around the chamber right now. How did
5
you do?
successes, Jared?
Ooh.
Okay, Jesus so Christ. At one point, Curtis, as you're crawling down in there, like 2 of the eyes are looking straight at you and kind of blinking. These big, kind of clouded over orbs, and then they move away from you, like they don't even see you, like you're completely invisible. And so you are able to move to the form on the ground. If you please give me a dexterity plus athletics roll.
Great. I'm silent.
You're climbing down out of a hole in a ceiling.
Right. And I think, perhaps added to that, I'm just, silent, just there's nothing. And skirting the wall as these tentacles are just inches from the face.
Right,
and
exactly. They're going right by you like that.
Ducking this vein, moving towards this figure. And it's, and what was the dice pool?
Dexterity plus athletics, I think.
Okay, here we go.
Jedbrad, are you staying where you're positioned right now? Are you staying there?
Sorry, Curtis is going toward the figure that the tentacles are coming out of, or going into. Yeah,
the one that
the sucky, as it were.
The sucky.
The sucky, the cross-legged form that's at the entrance of the temple.
Can I see anything from where I am to get to glean anything, or would I have to get closer like Curtis?
Well, let's see. You have powers that might help here. You have heightened senses.
Yeah, which I think I turned on when I came in.
So, with your heightened senses, I can tell you that you get vibes from stuff. You can kind of smell it. You know what I mean? And so, you get a perfumey kind of a smell from the body on the slab. Like it seems to kind of have all kinds of chemicals and unguents and things kind of around it. And then from the person cross-legged up ahead, you get it's definitely not human, it's definitely kindred, but is it a thin blood? There is a little bit of the little, very, very small telltales of a human, hair wax or something that they put in their hair, like just like clothes that have been worn recently, like all the little tiny details that only heightened senses would give you.
Okay, and is there anything I can roll as it pertains to Galconda? Because I think Jen's theory is actually that maybe the slab tentacle creature might be closer to what we're looking for, but I don't know. Is there something I can roll?
Yes, roll intelligence plus occult and add your 3 dots of Path of Galconda.
And while she's doing that, I'm going to ask I don't blood surge that often, but when I do, I ask for clarification. What does the surge last the scene? Like, am I adding those dice to this roll, or is it a one and done?
So I think that it usually lasts like the scene or the combat. Sometimes I might be a nasty storyteller and say, look, there's been like a calm moment, so you have to search again.
Mr. Storyteller, if you're nasty.
I can be a nasty boy, as you all know.
Yeah.
So Ross, for now, you're going to keep your search for a little bit.
Great.
I got a critical success.
Yes.
Okay. So you remember the lines from Ormond's notes. You remember how it said, Salet not destroyed. The rumors of a worm in the blood of Tremere are true. The beckoning calls the blood of the pyramid to the Wadi room, Jordan, all of that stuff. And what you realize is that whoever is connected to this thing, like sitting over there, is trying to like... There's a battle going on here, and it's silent because it's happening in the blood.
Oh, Jesus.
I think I'm going to try to signal Curtis silently somehow. I feel like this thing is trying to suck this guy dry.
Which is a bad thing. Sorry. No, I'm not even getting involved. This is you.
Or I don't know.
I'm not even
You get a phone call from Lucius Salim.
The silence of death descends on the room.
Let me find out. Let's find out. How did your dexterity roll go, Curtis?
4 successes.
Great. And do you want to signal to him, Jen Brown?
I'm moving ever closer to this figure.
As silently as I can.
I can't say shit, but I already feel the issues of what's about to happen.
I know. Curtis is going to save this guy.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know what? Do your thing. Like,
is there a way for me to... we don't have... okay. There's no way for me to like... We don't have any sort of silent communication, do we? We haven't spoken to each other in each other's minds or anything like that at any point, have we?
Let me see. I mean, I'm looking, and there are powers like that in Vampire, of course.
But we don't have them, do we?
You don't really have them. Maybe this is just like
you just yell.
What do you want to actually? Let me ask you what your goal is. Do you want to stop him from?
I kind of want him to be careful. I don't know if this person that he's approaching is. I just sort of don't want him to. I'm worried he's gonna get hurt by this creature that like is. It seems like maybe is sucking this mummified vampire zombie dry, and is is more the danger than the tentacle creature.
That's the risk. I'm like what I'm. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, you have to tell me now. Are you going to wave him off and tell him to look at the other one, or tell him to get away, or run, or what do you want to tell him to do?
I want to tell him to go to the tentacle creature instead, I guess.
Okay.
But I don't even know if I can.
Well, it certainly would be tough, but I can allow you to roll. Why don't we say something like, for a silent kind of, hey, look at me, like, listen, maybe
or like saying that they're fighting, like there's something else going on. I just don't want him to like composure plus stealth. Oh, I don't have any stealth.
Yeah.
And I only have 1 composure.
I mean, I was just going. I wasn't going down to do anything but inspect. I mean,
okay.
Am I? And then maybe act based on what I got. Like, Am I drawing close enough to get a
You're
better
there
look
now.
at this?
You're there now. But Jen Brown, since you have no skill in the way that I suggested, at any time you can yell out if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah, just
So-
open your mouth with tentacles running around, just gonna back. Sorry, I'm just like,
What could go
I
wrong?
know. It's sort of I sort of offered a terrible choice. So you arrive silently, Curtis, in front of this person, and it is a woman. She looks to be a young South Asian woman, Indian or Pakistani, and she is sitting. She is wearing well-worn traveling clothes. The kind of stuff you'd wear to travel out in the desert. Big handkerchief and stuff like that. A scarf. And there is an eye open in her forehead, and it is letting out a very soft glow.
Okay. And I know that's come up before. That as something that weren't those images in the Book of Salah, the third eye?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, Curtis's instinct is to rescue this person who's being diablerized by this ancient creature.
But Jen Brown, should he?
I feel like she's taking Vitae from this mummified thing. I don't know that she's being Didn't she speak to us? What did she say?
Something spoke to us.
Was she the one that spoke to us?
I think something did speak to you, but the voice was hard to kind of trace. It didn't sound human. It sounded like maybe
Curtis is going to act unless intervened. So,
yeah, go ahead.
All right. Curtis has come to the other side of the world. He's looking for a shot at redemption. This order is a path out of the darkness. And he's found one, and it's being sucked on by a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And so in silence, like unseen by any eye, his claws begin to grow, and he goes to sever this connection.
No, you got all the stealth, so absolutely no attack roll necessary. You lift your claws, they come down on the strange vein-like appendage, slop. I mean, you tear it in two. Hot Vitae spills out onto the dry, dusty floor of this place. A little bit of steam comes up from it. Suddenly, the woman sitting before you goes, "Ah!" And then you hear from the form on the slab, excuse me. This kindred before you collapses onto the ground, and the thing on the slab, all of those eyes suddenly start acting differently. They start to become legs and like a frame that starts to lift the body up off of the slab. And now, like Dr. Octopus, the dead body, which still remains like a desiccated, like mummified corpse, has all these like spider legs coming out of it.
Curtis is picking up the fallen body and that was in front of a door that we didn't go through, and is now move. A mortal eye would just see, I think, this body like kind of like lifting into the air as Curtis is like invisibly picking it up and trying to move backwards through that door.
Okay, and Jen Brown, what are you going to do?
Can I?
You're seeing this from above right now because you're like
Yes.
looking down from the second floor.
Okay. Do I get the sense that there's any intelligence in this creature that it can be spoken to? Or
something talked to you. Something talked to you earlier. Was it really the person that Curtis is grabbing, or was it something else? You're not sure, but there is an intelligence at work here.
okay, I'm going to. Oh boy! I'm going to soaring leap to the other side and basically try to be like, over here, so that Curtis and hopefully this salubri can get away. But I'm going to try to talk to the tentacle creature because I can't do anything else. to Dr. Octopus, because I can't. Jen's not a fighter, so I'm gonna see if there's an intelligence in this thing that I can talk to.
Okay.
And maybe die in the process.
Oh God.
That's fine. Here I go. Leap.
Curtis, you actually, when you use your claws, your unseen passage goes away, and so you are visible.
Boom,
but
I'm visible now.
you're
Holding this
backing
woman
out of the temple, and you get to the part. You get outside of the temple, but remember, you're still in like a sinkhole underground.
Right.
And basically, you are now trying to back up a slope of sand. And unless you give me some kind of roll, it's not going to go very well. Meanwhile, Jen Brown.
And I'm trusting Jen to follow me here.
The thing rises up in front of you. Like I said, it's like a corpse being held aloft by living veins that like create legs and appendages for it. One of its eyes now twinkles vaguely in the night light. Like a little bit of moon rays are breaking through, and its eye is kind of wet inside of its dry, desiccated form. And you hear its voice again. It's like, there you are. And it's moving toward you. What do you do?
Me or Curtis?
You, Jen Brown.
Me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you said you jumped down. So I'm sorry. Yes, you
Yes.
do jump down. Yes, you do face it. Yes, you do have to say something to it now. What do you say?
I'm trying to basically direct its attention away from Curtis entirely. So hopefully this creature is now facing in a different direction. But I'm going to say, I'm basically going to try to say, like, you need to get out of here. I saw there are 2 armies of kindred that are converging on this spot. They intend to descend into this space and consume you. There are enough of them that they might succeed. You need to get out of here.
I want Curtis to roll a Dex plus Athletics. I want Jen Brown to roll a Composure plus Leadership, and we'll find out how the rolls went when we come back to them.
Christ.
Because right now we have to talk to Lucius Salim, who has 2 firemen swinging fire axes at him outside the Cathedral of Learning. Lucius,
forget about me, man. What's the story that's going? Okay, right.
Nope. We're in front of the Cathedral of Learning. It is still burning. Your friends are still in danger, and you are being attacked. Yes.
This is the action that I'm going to do. The one that embedded an axe into my arm. I'm going to grab the axe and look at him again or her and be like, go and fight this fire. What are you doing? And mesmerize again.
Okay, you're going to mesmerize again. Okay, great. Give me a Charisma plus Dominate.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I got a messy crit.
Okay, let's see how they do. 2, 3, 4, 5. They did 5 successes, but you got a messy crit. I think that you win this test of wills, but I want to know what the messy part is that you do.
Yeah.
And it might be your arrogance comes to the fore again. Remember that is the compulsion of the Ventru. So you have to own these fools completely somehow, Lucius Salim. So you don't just tell them to go fight the fire. What do you tell them to do? It's not fighting the fire. It's something more arrogant than that.
I'm almost like, I almost tell them like, what kind of firefighter are you if you're not fighting the fire in it yourself? So I'm almost telling them to throw themselves into the fire.
Throw themselves into the blaze.
Yes.
Okay, so as you do that, I'm going to just rule that the one that you're talking to, he you see like something fighting him in his face. And then suddenly he's like, the fire! And he runs like into the building. Like he runs into the building. He drops his axe. He runs into the building. And then there's only one left. And this one is like, is coming at you with an axe. He's coming at you with an axe and he's smiling.
So can try and I'm just like, oh, sorry. Let me rouse roll. Sorry again because of that mesmerize.
Yeah, please do.
I succeeded. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna.
He just got 5 successes to put his axe in your side, and I think your action this round was mesmerizing his friend. So the axe does +2 damage. So you have 7 superficial, but for vampires that's halved. You have 3 superficial damage coming at you right now.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna take it,
and
then I'm going to, like, as I take it, wherever it is,
that's a good place right there.
Yeah. And I'm
shock. The axe goes into your neck.
There's anger, but sort of trying to compose myself, and then I'm gonna basically be like, "Tell me who sent you."
And he's gonna say, "America sent me, bub."
Okay, good. And then I'm gonna sort of be like, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna be like, but is this the American way?
You're gonna try to talk him out of this, right?
Absolutely. And I'm actually not even gonna try and talk him out of this. I'm gonna try and talk to the
thing inside of him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, great. Give me a charisma plus, should it be politics?
Yes.
Yes. Give me a charisma plus politics roll to see if Lucius can
my rouse die, my surge dice aren't going to be added to this, are they?
I think not, because you're taking a whole different tactic.
This is a different tactic.
So this is me being a nasty boy. Yeah, you're taking a different tactic now.
Right.
I think you should work with a different tactic.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. I've got 4 successes.
4 successes. So you're basically saying saving these people is really the American way, right?
I'm basically trying to say that almost just like, that saving these people and putting out fires and using the firefighting crew is, think of this. It's a burning building. Like, how much more heroism can you get, out of this?
Oh, heroism. Oh, okay. Until you said that, he might have resisted, but he's kind of, he's arguing with you. He's like, we know what's on these university campuses. A bunch of commies. And he's like swinging the axe at you. Hippie scum. And he's swinging the axe at you. And it's definitely not the voice of the guy he's controlling. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the guy he's controlling is like a young Latino guy who definitely wouldn't have these opinions. But there's this voice coming out of him who's just like, listen. And when you say, though, heroism, you see like him stop for a second, and then he's like, God damn it! And he throws out the axe and he runs back to the fire.
Great.
What do you think?
So as soon as I know that,
such different experiences.
I know that, I am going to. I think I'm gonna call Clara.
Yeah.
Because she's in that building right now, right?
Yes, she is. Yeah.
So I'm gonna call her quick, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna call her, or even also if she doesn't pick up first, then Sabrina or someone. But yeah, I'll be like,
okay, great. I think that you can call Clara, and she's like, Lush.
I'm like, listen, I know that there's a fire going on, and I know who attacked you. It's Marius Sakura. Now listen to me. I've sent 3 firefighters in there, hopefully to get you out. Do you need my help, or are you able to handle yourself and get yourselves out of there?
We can handle ourselves. We don't need your help.
Clara, seriously, answer me.
And she didn't sound that sure of herself.
Okay.
And also, what I can tell you is that the firefighters that you sent, one went running into the building. The other 2 are now helping with actually putting the fire out. And now police cars are arriving, which is a different kind of complication for you if they see you running around. So you let me know what you would like to do.
So I am going to take the crazy route and go to the firefighters' headquarters. Because
You're going to
surely
go to the fire hall.
Yeah, because surely if they can make fires, they can put fires out. Right?
Okay, so you're getting in your car and driving to the fire hall where they,
I mean,
their headquarters is.
Is this logic right?
Well, actually, that's a good question. And let's see if Lucius would like to please roll an intelligence plus occult. I can tell him something about that.
Okay. That's a good roll. I got 4.
Lucius, the way you deal with things is so ruthlessly. You know that if they've left their firehouse unattended right now, you can get in and smash up their shrine and a couple other things that, with that scene, that night you spent with Buddy there, you're pretty sure it'll really get them away from the Cathedral of Learning.
I'm going to go over to the headquarters.
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me a dexterity plus drive roll.
Oh, God. Can I surge?
Yeah, you can surge for this.
I love
Hell
that
yeah!
we have to
But aren't
surge
you at hunger 4 now, or are you just at 3?
I am. I'm at 4.
I really wouldn't surge because, well, if you want to, you can. I mean, I am a storyteller who loves it when characters go completely feral and create more problems for themselves.
Okay,
But it probably wouldn't be smart to surge it.
Yeah, I succeeded. It's okay.
Oh my
Fuck,
God.
I don't believe, I'm doing this, and I'm supposed to be going to bed soon. Okay, 3
Dexterity plus
successes.
drive. Wow, that's
3.
great. Okay, so you're just speeding across to the firehouse where you know that the burnt men make their sort of haunt. And as you are speeding through the city streets, you know that they probably caused the fire. This is probably Marius sending yet more supernaturals against your people. So you head toward that firehouse, and we will leave you zooming toward it, definitely dodging cars as you go. And we will return to the thing that is kind of hanging over Jen Brown. And Jen Brown, you already told this being that armies are moving
Yes.
to destroy it, right? Is there anything else you want to say? Because it sounds like it's about to respond.
I basically am just going to say we're just passing through kind of thing. I don't need anything from you.
Yeah.
Just dropping by, giving you some intel, and I'd love to boogie. So we can all
Armies. Blades bend and spears shatter against my glorious form. I move more swiftly than any chariot or speeding arrow. I have crushed, culled, and cowed the kine of this region from before the children of Abraham spilled onto the land. You are food. And now, 2 of its huge tendrils start to move toward you.
So did my result of my roll did that matter?
How many successes did you do?
I got 3.
Okay.
It's not a ton, but it's not nothing.
I love it. He's taking a few, just a few.
You tried to make friends with a Methuselah. It just got 3 successes to sort of it
tied with me?
It tied with you. And now I want you to you sense that talking to it about Galconda, you sense that if that was a salubri that Curtis just pulled out of there and it was in some sort of fight with this thing. Your 3 successes mean you feel like mentioning balance or the path of Galconda or something might have some effect. And so I want to ask you, what do you say next? Because it's very important. Okay. Because I'm going to go ahead and set the stakes here. If you say the wrong thing next, it's going to eat you.
Great.
Wow.
Cool.
Because its tendrils are now kind of circling you.
Okay, I'm just gonna lay it all on the table. Because Jen's already, this is already kind of a suicide mission for her anyway. So, I didn't come here to be a part of this. I didn't even come here to find you. I came here looking for something. Someone that could help me on a path of balance that doesn't result in war and consuming one another and tearing our kin apart. I want to survive in a place where I can exist amongst my kin and amongst the humans without having to tear each other apart. I don't mean harm to you or anyone, and I know that they're coming. And I know that these kindred, these people that share our blood are going to tear each other apart to get to you. And I don't know what to do. And I don't know how to stop it. But I knew that I had to tell you. And if you want to choose to go the same path and consume me like they want to consume you, want to consume each other, then do it, because I have no other option now. This is my last gasp. It's my last attempt at even trying to exist in this fucking horrendous world that's been thrust upon me. So please, get out and save yourself, or they will take you and they'll use it to kill each other or destroy me.
It's you can see that the body is now moving a little bit. You know, it's not just like hanging limply. And that one glistening eye kind of leans forward and listens to what you've said. Truly, truly listens. And we've established that it was a tie in successes, right? Like, so I think that what it does is that you just hear something that might be akin to laughter. And it picks you up and it lifts you up and it throws you as hard as it can against the temple wall. And it does.
My god.
1, 2, 3, 4, plus 5. So it does 9 superficial damage to you. That gets halved. So we're going to call that 4 superficial damage as your body is just splattered kind of against the wall.
Okay.
And then it just starts to follow. It just starts to walk over you and follow our friend Curtis Krieger. Curtis, how did it go climbing up that wall of sand? By the way, the difficulty to get up out of there is 4 successes.
Can I do a nasty boy check? Am I still surgeon?
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah. I'm still using physical acumen.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, 10 successes.
What? Curtis
My
Krieger.
dice pool with the surge was I'm a very dexterous guy, you know.
Yeah. So you got 10 successes just now?
That's right. My dice.
Do you
was
have the
9.
power soaring leap?
I do not.
You just soaring.
Do you now?
Yeah. I think that we just see Curtis at like his top of his like training. Like, I don't know, Curtis, you've had to pull guys out of combat zones before.
It's that training, all like every like moment of him, like, I mean, we did the flashback of Curtis like pulling Craig into an Afghan ruin as like sniper fire is like ricocheting all around, and it's like that training takes over, but with all of the power of the vampiric vitae in his blood. And you know, like if you see a dog like go from standing to like jumping over a fence that it shouldn't be able to clear, it's like if you're looking at the level of the outside of this hole, you just see like full like cradled in his arms, like whoomp into the air, shunk down into the sand. And
you get out into the moonlight, and the first thing that you realize is you get out into the moonlight, and you know it's hard to move through this sand. It's like loose sand. Is that a firefight is going on? Like bullets are being exchanged between the big camp that has surrounded this sunken temple, and a lot of the humans that were in here are gone, and you can see up ahead that they are just charging into gunfire. They're just charging right into gunfire as the Ashira, or is it the Sabit, or is it the Camarilla? Who knows? But a full battle has broken out. Jen Brown, I know that didn't kill you.
No.
I know that didn't put you down permanently. The thing basically decided you weren't a threat and that you weren't even worth diablerizing. So it is now climbing out of the hole, and you know that it will threaten Curtis soon.
Can I hear the gunfire because of my heightened senses?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try fucking. Jenna has no athletic ability or fighting ability, so I'm just gonna try again, and I'm gonna go. They're here. Can you hear it? They're here. And like trying to like get some sort of fear. I know it's a fucking like god basically, but like the armies are here basically. You've got more issues than this one guy and this one kindred lady.
Okay, I think that's another. It's going to be once again. It's like I think it's composure plus leadership. Like roll again. See if you can get this thing to do what you tell it to do.
Is there any way I could use persuasion instead of composure?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll allow it. Oh wait, no, you can't do persuasion plus leadership. You've got to use an attribute. Yeah, you got to use an attribute. So, and I think that the problem is this thing is so unholy. It's so kind of beyond the ken of anything you've ever experienced before that composure is appropriate because you're trying to keep it together. But if you want, if this is, no, it's got to be composure. I'm sorry, it's got to be.
Okay. And there's nothing I can like add to it. Right, like potence or surge. That's not something I can do at this juncture.
You can surge. You could surge.
I could
surge. Yeah.
Yes, and that's just I just roll a die, right? And then
you add a die. Yeah, you might get hungrier, and then you add a die. Okay.
Okay. So leadership plus composure. So I'm now at 5 instead of 4.
Okay, here we go.
Messy crit.
Holy shit!
So what? And we got messy crits.
You want this thing to you want this thing to attack the army that has come forward? Is that what you're trying to get it to do?
I mean, I'm sure that's not a Path of Galconda thing. I want it away from Curtis, but I basically just want to say like he's not your fucking problem. There are 2 armies of kindred here now. I want to basically redirect it away from Curtis and hopefully a Salubri. I'm not trying to get it to attack them. I just wanted to ignore Curtis. I don't know if that's splitting hairs to keep my Galconda
splitting
path.
hairs. Earlier, it thought you were completely not worth. It thought you were not worth paying attention to. That's why I just threw you aside. But now you stand before it again, and you demand to be listened to. You surge the Vitae inside you, and you scream at it like, you know, he's not your concern. Like, face me. And it does turn to face you. And the tendrils start to move toward you again. And it has decided you are worth eating.
Oh my fucking god. Oh
so
my god.
It's going to attack you this round and try to diablerize you. What do you want to do? You can dodge, you can run, you can fight back. What do you want to do?
Oh my god.
So can it hear the gunfire above?
It
probably doesn't even care.
You're not able to tell. It did say that it's not afraid of weapons.
Right. I don't think she's gonna do anything.
This spirit has some delicious life in it.
Oh, this is going to be a great battle. Oh, this is going to be fantastic because there's another level of this going on. I'm so ready of this.
I mean, I can't run. I can't fight it. I can't. If it's paying attention to me, my goal was to find a Salubri, and it seems like we may have. So
and Curtis is on the surface, like looking at this war, and then looking around the sand, like Jen, where are you? And like,
Jen, I might. To keep it away from Curtis, I might just run deeper into I might get it to chase me.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me a dexterity plus athletics roll to just kind of, keep a little bit ahead of it and get it deeper into the temple complex.
Does my surge apply to this?
It does.
Okay. 3 successes.
Sacrifice.
3 successes. It got 4.
Okay.
So you get it. You do have it turn around completely. It has decided, oh, well, there may be some fire in this morsel after all. And it grabs you with like 4 of its tendrils, and it is going to begin to diablerize you.
Oh,
Okay.
this is really exciting because I have a feeling, I have a vibe of what's about to happen. But I know all the rolls. I know it. I just want to see the roll.
It gets, if it diablerizes me, it gets my memories and my basically like my heart, my soul, my whole deal, right?
Are you about to commune in the blood with this thing?
A lot of things can happen. But the first thing is, it has to win in a strength plus resolve test.
Well, it will
against you.
For real.
I don't know because wait.
Your blood potency is 1. It's like it's got to defeat your blood potency in a strength plus resolve test, right?
Oh shit! But is it just potency? Isn't it something else as well?
No, not when you're diablerizing somebody. I mean, it's got 4 arms and they're giant, like tentacular arms. Jen Brown, do you try to escape as it's doing this? Because it's hard to diablerize somebody. No matter what, it's hard. Like if they're not like kind of really incapacitated, it can get tricky.
You know what I want to do?
Yeah.
Is I want to do whatever the vampire Galconda equivalent is of a monk meditating while on fire. I basically want to like pull on some Galconda shit and basically just like,
holy shit.
I'm not going to resist physically. I'm just going to try to make peace in the moment and see.
Give me a resolve plus, I think resolve plus leadership. I think it's resolve plus leadership roll to kind of like
Galconda?
And add your Galconda dots.
Oh my god! This is so
what
great.
I want to narrate something else, which is that suddenly the figure that you've grabbed, Ross, the woman, like knocks your hand off and is like, "No, what have you done?" and starts running back down into the pit.
The fuck?
What the?
I'm reaching out to grab her.
Okay, go ahead and give me a Dex plus Brawl roll, or a Strength plus Brawl roll. She'll make her roll.
Okay. Am I still surgeon?
Yeah, sure.
All right. 3 successes.
Okay, you got her, and she's like, I was so close. I had nearly merged with it. What are you doing? And deep down in the temple, where no light penetrates, Jen Brown, how did your roll go?
I got 6 successes.
Jen Brown, this thing begins to feed from you, but it sees, in fact, that you have accepted your fate, and you are meeting it with the face of a leader, the face of a warrior. And you see something cross it's like long rotted features. It comes in very close to watch you now as it is feeding from you. It has, of course, succeeded in its attempt to beat your blood potency. So your animating spark has not died unconsumed. It takes some some stains, but this thing is well and truly stained and doesn't have any humanity really left.
Sure.
Okay, let's see here. This will be different from exactly how the Diablerie rules work. I'm looking at them right now, but I think it's worth exploring. I think the fact that you were able to get yourself into a very calm, cool, collected place, that you have done this of your own volition, means that you may now take up the battle that the Salubri, it's a Salubri, let's face it, that Curtis was rescuing. You may take up the battle that it was fighting. And so, Jen Brown, willpower versus willpower. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, I just spent one to get a better roll on that thing, so I have 3 left. So I just roll it?
Roll your 3 willpower.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes. You guys are locked. Your personalities are sort of fighting each other as it drains you.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Actually, this is the final one. That was a stalemate. This time, take your full willpower. Your full willpower comes back because of your Galconda action.
Okay.
And this is the final one.
Okay. Oh no. I only got 1.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Can I succeed at a cost? Or I don't think I can do that at this point, can I?
You can.
I mean, I only got 1. I can't re-roll it.
No, you can't re-roll willpower rolls, though. That's true.
Oh my god, this is just
and because I'm sort of making up rules as we go, because I wanted this battle of the wits, the battle of the wills to happen. I'm sort of having to kind of adjudicate as we go here. But what I think happens is that Jen Brown's spark is consumed by this creature, and as it happens, the woman that is like straining against your grip, Curtis, is like, no,
we saved you. We got to get out of here.
She's gone. You fool.
Who's gone?
Your friend.
What?
Sacrificed herself. It's too late. We have to go. And she starts running across the sand, like dodging bullets and like crazed humans that are running out of the like little makeshift camp that they've made.
And Curtis, I think, is just standing there, like kind of shocked. And go where? And I just kind of glance over at this person who I just rescued. And are they running towards the fight? Are they running away? Or
they are running away from the fight. They're like trying to but like, I mean, that's just out into the empty desert.
And yeah. And Curtis is standing there in the desert with the sounds of war happening behind him.
Oh.
And like
something is climbing up out of the tomb now.
And I don't see Jen with it.
Actually, you see Jen kind of hanging from one of the many long kind of tendrils that it has sprouting from it.
Oh no.
And I think this is one of those moments where I want to dice roll. I want to see if this snaps him.
Yeah, I think you're right. Give me a willpower roll. How many current willpower do you have?
1. It's a coin flip.
Okay. Flip that coin.
Oh fuck.
The sounds of gunshots fill the air behind him as he looks and Curtis watches this woman that he just risked everything to save running into the desert, and turns to see the woman that sacrificed himself to save his life, dangling lifeless from this tentacle. And Curtis's eyes go yellow. And His claws sprout, his fangs rise up from his lower jaw, and he's just like, no, and just hurls himself at this thing to tear the tendril off of this thing, to rip it off.
Okay. It can fight. It can fight you as well. It can fight anything that comes at it. So, roll your attack. You are still surged, of course. And that would be probably a strength plus brawl attack. You may add your potence to the damage you do. And it is going to, while not paying attention to you, send some of its tendrils to, like, kind of just defend itself, sort of almost like out of instinct.
Oh man, it ain't good.
How'd you do?
So, I have a question.
Oh, great! I want to hear it.
So that thing consumed Jen.
So, I'm just going to let you a little bit behind the storyteller screen right now, Ashley Burch. It seems like this thing consumed Jen. It feels like the way the dice rolls went, and we are dealing with an ancient, powerful vampire, that the thing consumed Jen. But I'm thinking carefully about what you mentioned, success at a cost. Okay. And I think that I'm going to allow for success at a cost, but it has to be the highest price.
Yes.
And so as soon as we have resolved what's going on with Curtis here, I would like to know what that price is.
Great.
Okay. Curtis, how'd you do, buddy?
2 successes.
It got 4. And so I'm going to rule that was your goal to get Jen Brown's body free?
Yep.
You do that. But you take damage in the process. You take, let's see, it's like 6 damage and then 3 superficial damage. Just as the things kind of slap you about and kind of like stab into you as you're ripping the arm free, and you rip it free. You rip free the arm that Jen Brown is kind of hanging from, and your body and the tendril and her body flop down into the sand hard, and the thing just keeps walking. And I can tell you that it is walking toward the woman that you just rescued, who's running out through the sand. It's walking toward her.
Can I do this to succeed at a cost now?
What is the success and what is the cost? Yes, you may. What is the success and what is that cost?
I think, if it's okay with you, Jen doesn't exist anymore except for a blip inside of this creature's brain. But it's a strong enough blip that he now has to fight her in its own mind. So if it starts to try to go for the Salubri or for Curtis, it's not going to be able to do it without Jen getting in the way.
Let's have that battle right now.
Fuck me. What am I in?
We're in a psychic battle, Abu.
Oh my god.
We're in the mind palace of the Methuselah.
Oh my god.
In fact, let's hear the Mind Palace. You are literally, Jen Brown, in like an ancient palace, and it looks like Petra. It looks like Petra, but in its glory days, back when it was built. And a man stands before you. He is dark. He wears an elaborate, beautiful kind of golden headdress, and he has robes hanging from him and many rings. And he stands upon a throne of sand, and you are at its foot. And it says, "You're still here?" And you can see the twinkle in this man's eye is the same as the twinkle that was in that corpse's eye. And it's like, "Begone, fly. Shoo. I have work to do."
You can't get rid of me that easily.
We shall see. Guards, take her into the square and chop her head off. And you feel him bringing his mental and his will resources to bear as out of shifting sand, like guards are formed, and they start to reach for you. What
Okay.
are you want to roll willpower right now, Jen, and stop him from going after the Salubri?
Yes. I would
Okay.
like, if I could, is there any way, since we are in a mind battle,
Mm-hmm.
for me to use intelligence plus leadership?
Yeah, you
You
have to tell me
actually-
how you're using knowledge against him, and I will allow it.
I want to try to basically, if this, I know I'm inside its mind, but I basically want to try to take the resource of its mind and use it against it. So this army that
Inception
it's
shit.
creating,
Mm-hmm.
I basically want to compel it to follow my
Oh,
command
God.
instead.
Amazing. Okay,
This is fantastic.
that's your dominate power. I think you can use intelligence plus dominate.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if you get 2 successes, you will start using its powers. Basically what you figure out, Jen Brown, is you're like a virus inside of this thing.
Right.
And viruses and hacker tricks can sometimes activate processes inside a
Mhm.
system, and that's
Uh-huh.
what you're doing.
Right. Can I do potence or any sort of surgery something? Do I have hunger anymore? I don't have a body.
You no longer have hunger. You no longer have hunger.
Right. I love it.
But you do have like knowledge of the disciplines and how you used to activate them, right? So,
Okay.
boy, this is the weirdest episode yet. I can't believe we're having a battle inside this thing's mind, but
Mhm.
I can just see the film of this and how it would
Oh.
work, and so I think it could happen. So yes, you can roll like your intelligence plus dominate and try to use
Oh,
his
man.
dominate powers.
Okay. Okay. So intelligence plus dominate. I don't have hunger anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is
3
amazing.
successes.
So suddenly, like, and by the way, this thing doesn't need to really like look into someone's eye. It can just kind of release commands from itself,
Uh-huh.
almost like a wave of pheromones. And so it suddenly releases a command that it didn't mean to release to this army of people running toward the firing army. And what do you tell them to do?
I tell and these are the kind of armies that were coming for me, basically.
Yeah,
No, the
so there were
humans, right?
there were
Oh.
there were the
The
humans
mind
that-
armies.
Yeah, there were the
Or-
humans that. So yeah, let me set the battlefield because this creature would be getting a view of it now, and so would perhaps Curtis. There's the encampment of humans that sort of built up around this thing, like that they were like affected by it, by its presence or its awakening. And those are the people that you can control right now. They're not armed to the teeth. They're like people with clubs and like their fingernails. They're like beggars and refugees and people like that. Then
I
out
can
in the
control the
desert,
humans.
someone is firing at. Yeah, you can control the humans.
Mhm.
Someone out in the desert, someone's firing on them, and you get an intimation, Curtis, since you're a former soldier, that there's some crossfire. So you think that maybe the Sabbat has shown up because
Okay.
they wanted to awaken or diabolarize the Methuselah. And the Ashira and the Camarilla wanted to stop that. You guys went in early under the guise of being scouts, but of course that's not quite how it has worked out. And so, Jen Brown, what do you do with these humans?
Okay. One of them I'm going to send to Curtis. It's going to
Great.
help him off of the ground.
Okay.
And it's going to take his hand the way that Jen would take his hand. And it's going to say, follow her. And then it's going to send as in the Salubri, and then it's going to send the rest of the humans fucking into the night, like scattering, like getting them somewhere safe. And then I want to try to put this creature's body between them and the rest of these kindred. I'm trying to basically save the humans from getting hurt. But
How many
I want one
successes
of them
did
to
you get?
basically, huh?
How many successes did you get?
3. Is that not enough to do all this?
No, you came up with 3 things, and this thing
Yeah.
is so powerful that by like sort of jury rigging its like dominate for yourself, you like boom, and like suddenly a human like stops running like a mad berserk. It's like an old woman who's like dressed in like, rags that have been heavily worn by walking for days. She suddenly stops and runs back to Curtis and starts helping him up. And it's like,
and I think Curtis at this point is like tearing open his vein, trying to pour blood into Jen's body. And
the old woman takes your face and looks into your eyes. And what does she say, Jen?
It's okay, Kurt. I'm okay. You have to go after the salubri. Okay?
How?
Look at me.
And it's
You
just
have
like
to go after
blood.
the salubri, okay? I'm all right. I'm all right. Okay? I need you to take care of yourself. You can do it. You can do this. Okay. Go find her. Go protect her. That's your job now. Learn from her. You're going to be okay. I love you, Kurt. And then the old lady is just going to run.
Right. And now all of the humans have stopped like throwing themselves at the gunfire, and they're all just running. They're just escaping. They're running away, and the form of the thing is now moving between them and the gunfire, and it is now taking bullets. And inside its head, the man on the throne, we'll call him the priest for now, the high priest. He's like, fascinating. You would protect them.
I would.
Is this the Galconda that the other one mentioned? The path of balance?
It is.
Huh. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
I'm going to try to see if there's... Do I have a sense of like how much time I have?
You have... We said it was with a high price. I think that, Jen Brown, you already are looking at yourself, and this mental image of yourself is not fading. It's filling with light, sunlight.
Oh.
Fuck.
Okay. I don't know if I can compel it to do this. I want to compel it to kill itself, basically, and me with it, so that it can't be a weapon in this war.
Let us have a conversation. You say that extinguishing myself is the only way? Why?
You're a weapon otherwise.
I am the dominant predator. Am I not a creature of the earth? Am I not part of the ecosystem? These things are food. I only follow my nature.
You're a virus. And you'll kill them. Or be a means of killing them. One of them is going to take you one side or the other. They're going to take your power and they're going to use it to dominate the rest of our kind. You know that it's true. You've had lots of time on this earth. More than you should have. I've had more than I should have. You can choose how this ends right now, rather than being a pawn in their pointless war. You could end it.
But I can see your mind. I am no different from you and yours. And he suddenly takes the form of Lucius Ali. I merely act as your friends act. I merely follow the path of the dominant predator. You're saying You believe, and he's talking through Lucius, you believe that these armies can take control of me?
I know it's not him, but it's nice to see him again. It's time.
Yeah, go ahead. He touches your forehead and is like really kind of, it's like you guys are, he can really see your thoughts and who you are. And now, I'm sorry, finish what you were going to say.
It's a cycle. All of this. Even if this group didn't come and find you and take you and consume you, another would. I've seen the strongest creatures that I thought possible be destroyed or bend to the will of someone more clever or more powerful. We're all living on borrowed time. And we can stay in this cycle, or we can end it. You can end it and have it mean something.
This Galconda, it is truly a beautiful riddle. But I now see the wisdom in what you say. I am the dominant predator. I cannot let myself be fed upon. It is time for the old wolf to walk out into the woods and die on his own terms. And now you can feel the body of this thing moving at a rapid speed eastward, away from the battlefield, over mountains, through jungles, through forests, even running across the ocean, walking on water, and running and running and running until it can see in the east a sliver of light rising up over the horizon. And it runs and runs and runs toward that gleaming yellow disc. It sees the sunlight for the first time in thousands upon untold thousands of years. And Jen Brown, you too see the sunlight for the first time since when you diablerized Sonia. And when the sun breaks over the eastern horizon, your body fills with light. And you realize that you are leaving this realm. You are gone. And as Jen Brown dissipates into the ether, in the physical realm, this thing too begins to crumble. It begins to fall to pieces. And from its point of view, it walks straight into the sun. Meanwhile, back in Pittsburgh.
Oh, man.
We just lost Jen Brown. Maybe we should stop there, you guys.
Oh my god.
I don't know what happens next in the show. I didn't think that we were going to lose Jen Brown today.
I didn't either.
Me neither, man.
Oh, I feel emotional.
Yeah, me too.
Of course. Well, I want to thank Ashley for. I want to thank you for going with where we were going there, because I know that when you create a character, you put a little piece of yourself inside of it, and so it's hard to accept when a death like that occurs.
I think that was a perfect death for her, though. Actually,
She achieved Galconda and took out a Methuselah. I mean, that's pretty fucking epic. But I think doing any more scenes after that, I don't think we can.
No,
I do kind of want to know if
absolutely not.
Curtis is okay, though. To be honest,
if you want a coda, just see like that, like I don't know, if that woman with the third eye kind of turns around because she hears a commotion behind her and just sees like this dust cloud as like it's like tearing, loping, occasionally on all fours, as just ribbons of crimson blood are streaming out of Curtis's eyes.
Okay, good.
And meanwhile, in Pittsburgh, let's have a coda for Lucius at least, because
I mean,
Lucius, you did come up with a win condition for yourself, actually. Like, and it's like it's the usual Lucius, like go on the offensive, never go on the defensive. So, describe what happens as you destroy their
yeah, I mean,
haunt.
I probably have like driven up to here, and I've kind of got out, and like I'm in like, you know, Lucius' mindset of like, yeah, whatever, power, and then probably something just like breaks in whatever he feels in his chest, and something he just feels something of like, just something like abnormal, almost like human to a degree, and it's almost like he just loses it and just starts crying as he does, as he's breaking this whole space and just decimating it. And he doesn't know what the fuck is going on with him or what's feeling inside of him, but he feels that something true has just departed from this world. And it's just like, it's one of those moments where, like, you know, as when you're walking or minding your own business, and be it like a song or something just triggers you and you just lose your fucking mind. And it's just like, you don't know what it is or where it is or who it is. And it just is, it's so ugly, but also really beautiful at the same time. Because that kind of shit is like, you feel it throughout the world, man. Like, that's like that's like a literally like it's almost like there is a balance that has just shaken a bit. And I think everyone would have felt some degree of it. And I think he really felt it and was just like, nah.
I think he did. And I believe that you've had a little bit of Jen's blood before. So there is that. But I think that we should end there. I think we should end with Lucius's like kind of slow motion, you know, in the film version, like just ripping, and you rip their photos in half and you knock over the little candles that hold vigil for them. And basically you rip the entire firehouse apart. And the passing of a creature that just passed would also reverberate through the world. And so I think that you have felt that. You felt that somewhere far off, something in the world has changed forever. And that is where we are going to end for today. Thank you. Thank you, Abu Salim. Thank you, Ross Bryant. And thank you, Ashley Burch. R.I.P. Jen Brown.
The best.
We know she will, because she achieved Galconda.
What a don.
Incredible.
That was incredible. Thank you, guys. I'm going to say goodbye to my players for just a moment. And I'm going to just kind of preview what we have coming up very briefly. Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you soon. We have to figure out what we're doing next. Okay. Bye-bye. Guys, that was Vampires of Pittsburgh, Reign in Blood for today. You don't enter the Gehenna War lightly, and you don't walk up to Methuselah and think you're going to get away scot-free. And today we all paid a very high price, but I feel like we gave the character a satisfying ending. On Tuesday, please tune in for Wraith the Oblivion. We will be playing Wraith the Oblivion with Patrick McNamara, Rashawn Scott, and Rena Henze. Rena Henze from Ain't Slayed Nobody. And I can't wait to show you that game. We have a lot of fun things planned for that. That'll be this Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific. And tune in next week. There will be at least one more episode of Vampires of Pittsburgh, Reign in Blood next weekend. That is same time, 10 a.m. Pacific, here on the Stream of Blood. Thank you to Brian Baldinger, Clinton Trucks, Megan Arch, and Jill Petrachik for all you do to keep this stream going. And thank you to you guys, the viewers, for being so cool and tuning into us. That's it. # Blush of Life. See you later.